Mesachas Pesachim Daf Kuf. The Gemara brings machlokes Geder and Yosef mafsikin l'Shabbosis. And according to Yehudi, mafsikin l'Shabbosis, and according to Yosef, ein mafsikin. And Tosfos explains that means that according to Yehuda, if you're in the middle of eating a seudah on Erev Shabbos and it comes Shabbos, you mafsik with achila shulchan and you make a birchas hamazon and you mekadesh the yom of Shabbos. However, according to Yosef, ein mafsik, and you can continue the seudah of chol. This Gemara is tzarchian many kashas. First of all, according to Yehuda, the halacha is mafsikin. You have to make a kiras shulchan and be mekadesh before you continue eating. So it's tzarchian. Why do you have to say birchas hamazon on the original seudah? The point is they have to have kiddush before you eat on Shabbos. So why is it important to say birchas hamazon on the original seudah? Why can't you continue that seudah? And furthermore, tzarchian, according to the opinion of Yosef, that you can continue eating and you only be mekadesh the yom Shabbos at the end. It's tzarchian. How could you continue eating? There's an issur tima, there's issur of tasting anything on Shabbos before kiddush. Another kasha that Achronim ask is that the Rashi and the Kufhei at Aleph says, that the Gemara says over there, that Shabbos is koveya, the chashivas of Yom Shabbos is koveya, that the achila on Shabbos is achila for Shabbos, and therefore you cannot eat and continue eating unless you mekadesh the Yom Shabbos. And it's tzarchian. What is the point that Oschal Adin, that the achila is achila of Shabbos, have to do with the issur to eat before kiddush? The issur to eat before kiddush is because it's a mitzvah to mekadesh. You can't eat before it. So what is the fact that it's chal, that the achila is achila of Shabbos, have to do, and only because it's achila of Shabbos are you also to eat before kiddush? I had to say for Shmuel, he says a tremendous issur to answer this kasha, and Mashmei brings the issur dvarim from Beryl Shachar Shlita, the Rosh Yeshiva of Edison, that he says, Be'emes, you find in the Rosh, on Siman Yud Zayin, that there brings a Rebbeinu Tam that says that you can't make kiddush on Pas. And he explains because kiddush is more chomer than havdalah, and havdalah you can't make on bread, it has to be on wine. So certainly kiddush has to be on wine, not on bread. And we say by kiddush, Shabbos koivas, since mechayev a kiddush al hayayin. So you see that kiddush is more chomer than havdalah. So the same way havdalah, which is kal, needs a kiddush al hayayin, certainly kiddush, which is chomer, that you find that Shabbos is kivas, definitely should need a kiddush specifically on yayin. On that, the Rosh says it's not true. It's not mishum chumra of kiddush do we find that Shabbos is kivas. Elatam yesh bedavar, the din hu shetikvel kiddush mishum kavod Shabbos. Shelo yoichel ad sheyikadesh v'yikva seudah the kavod Shabbos. Aval havdalah einoi mishum kavod Shabbos. You have to mafsik seudah for havdalah. So it's mavur in the Rosh that the Shabbos is koveya and mechayiv, that you have to make kiddush before you continue eating. It's not because of a chumrah of kiddush, but it's a svara of kavod Shabbos that you have to be koveya at the beginning of your achila on Shabbos is for kavod Shabbos. And how are you koveya? How do you shalavek that your achila is for kavod Shabbos? Is to start eating, and specifically to start eating with a kiddush. So you see over here issur that you can't eat before kiddush is not because you can't eat before the mitzvah of kiddush. It's halach and kavod Shabbos that you have to shtel specifically the beginning of the achila of Shabbos, that it is for kavod Shabbos, and the way you shtel it and proclaim that your achila on Shabbos is for kavod Shabbos is with a kiddush. It's specifically that kiddush should be the first of your achila on Shabbos. So according to this, they explain that's beautiful, that therefore specifically you have to make a birchas hamazon on the original achila before Shabbos, and now you're starting a new meal. And according to this, is Miyoshev Heitiv, that we find that Rabbi Yossi says that you can continue eating. How can you continue eating even before kiddush? Because that Rabbi Yossi says you can continue eating is achila of chol. That's not an achila of Shabbos, it's the achila of chol. It's a kiddush that you can continue eating the achila of chol on Shabbos, and therefore since it's not an achila of Shabbos, you don't have to mekadesh beforehand. And the Shmuel explains that we find the Tosfos says that according to Rabbi Yossi, after you eat the seudah, you say kiddush, and that will be considered a kiddush bimokom seudah, even though the seudah was a seudah schol and not a seudah of Shabbos. Rabbi Yossi holds that even a seudah schol, since Hamiyas you makayim the mitzvah of oinig Shabbos with that achila, it's enough to be considered kiddush ala kois. You don't need an achila of Shabbos, you need achila that you makayim the mitzvah of oinig Shabbos. And Be'emes Rav Paler in the Sefer is Meirich, and he says that the achila of Shabbos has two halachas. The halacha of Oinik Shabbos and Kovet Shabbos. The Biskrov says, we mentioned the Shir and Shabbos Tav Chav Hey, that there's two halachas. Halacha of Kovet Shabbos, which is before Shabbos, preparing Shabbos, Masada Shulchane or Motzei Shabbos, it's within Kovet Shabbos, before and after Shabbos, and Oinik Shabbos is on Shabbos. But Paul says that you see that even an achila of Shabbos, besides having an Oinik Shabbos, is also within Kovet Shabbos. And he's Meirich to say that there's two different halachas in the achila of Shabbos itself, within Kovid and within Oinig, and he brings the raya from our Tosfos. That the Tosfos says, according to Yossi, you can mekadosh after you eat, even though the achila was achila of chol. So you see, why is it considered kiddush bimokom seudah? Because it had a din of seudah of Shabbos, legavi that you mekayim mitzvahs Oinig Shabbos, even though Kovet Shabbos, it's not Mekayim, because Kovet Shabbos has dinim mesuyamim. You have to be mesadel shulchanai. It has to be chalana din Kovet Shabbos. However, the din Oinig Shabbos is even eating achilas chol Mekayim the mitzvahs Oinig Shabbos, and that's enough to have the halacha of kiddush bimokom seudah. There's another very interesting point on this Tosfos that the Goyin explains that the Ramah says that if you oichel before Shabbos and you're going mesudasai, the yesh oimrim that you can make kiddush on Shabbos even though the achila was b'chol and not on Shabbos, and yesh oimrim you don't have to eat after the kiddush. So the Goyin says, where do you find that you could make kiddush on the seudah that was finished already? From our Tosfos, you see in our Tosfos over here, the yitzchal din kiddush bimokom seudah even after a seudah, that the seudah was a seudah schol. Then the Mesek Eliezer is matmiya on this Goyin, that how could the Goyin compare it to our Tosfos over here? Tosfos is talking about a seudah that was eaten on Shabbos. However, they're most talking about a seudah that was eaten before Shabbos. It's Ayin Teresh Shmuel that explains that you see that the Goyin understands the halacha of kiddush bimokom seudah is halacha in the kiddush, that the kiddush needs a seudah. It's not halacha in the seudah that the seudah has to have a kiddush. And Ayin Sefer Ashel Shloima that he explains the understanding of the Goyin is either because it's chal that the seudah was seudah Shabbos because the Tosfos Shabbos, or we had a din of Oinig Shabbos, even it was eaten b'chol, but since through that you get simcha and Oinig on Shabbos, it's not to be considered a achila of Oinig Shabbos for Ayin Sham. Moving further on, the Gemara says that if you're eating v'nimshach seudah, purus mapu mekadosh. There's a machlokes rishonim if when you mekadosh, you have to say bori piagofen or not, because he was drinking before. Do you have to say bori piagofen? The Rosh holds you don't make a bori piagofen. However, the Rif says you have to make a bori piagofen on the kiddush. Ayin Tosfos written of Kav Beis and the Mishnah Yaakov. They explained that the machlokes Rif and the Rosh are going l'shita sayu, that the Rif holds that by dalet koises, each kois of dalet koises needs a bori piagofen, and you can't be yotze with the bori piagofen, because since you're making a kiddush ala kois, each kois shel mitzvah needs its own bori piagofen. So over here also, since you're making kiddush of Shabbos, so therefore it needs a bori piagofen. Ayin the Birchas Yitzchak from a parlor that explains the tzarechim. What's the havana of the Rif? Why do you need a bori piagofen? You're already yotze bori piagofen before you made kiddush, and he says the Be'emes is before in Rashi an Erev in Daf Mem that says that the mevorach tzarech shiyitam is because it's a genai for the kois that you made a bori piagofen on, not to be toyim it, and it's tzarechim. If the only reason why you're drinking it is because of Gnai, because since you made a bori piagofen, so why do you have to make a bori piagofen? Don't say bori piagofen, and you won't have to drink the wine. So he says, you see, a korchoch, that you're making a bori piagofen, not milesa the birchas hanenin, it's a din mesuyim that a kois shel brocha needs a bori piagofen to be chalan a din of a kois shel brocha. Kois shel brocha becomes a kois shel brocha only with the bori piagofen according to Das Rif. So therefore, the Rif holds that each kois of the dal kois needs a bori piagofen, and even if you are in the middle of a seudah on Leil Shabbos, you have to make a boy begofen to not din birches anenin, but to make the kiddush alakois into a din of a koshel bracha.